Chet Holmgren, and I'm down to dunk.
This is AJ Mitchell, and I'm down to dunk.
This is Alex Caruso, and I'm down to dunk.
It's like baby bottle pop. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is Adam Flagler, and I'm down to dunk.
Hey, it's Isaiah Hartenstein, and I'm down to dunk.
This is Cason Wallace, and I'm down to dunk.
I can't spell Lucas. Hey, how do you spell Lucas? How do you spell Lucas?
This is Lou Dort, and I'm down to Dort.
This is Nikola Topic, and I'm down to dunk.
This is Dylan Jones, and I'm down to dunk.
This is Isaiah Joe, and I'm down to dunk.
And there's probably like 50 to 75 Beanie Babies.
Give me like your top 3 Pokemon.
Brother, I can't even name.
This is Jay Will, and I'm down to dunk.
Sometimes the way his brain works is it leaves a lot to be desired.
This is Kenrich Williams, and I'm down to dunk.
Charmander.
Charmander.
Or you're more of a Charmeleon guy.
Charmeleon.
This is Shake Gilgeous-Alexander, and I'm down to dunk.
Schlecht. You know what
Schlecht?
it means? Yeah.
That means like bad.
It means bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
Well, it was a good interview, so it wasn't bad.
J-Dub, year 3, and I'm down to dunk for the 3rd time. Thank you.
Welcome to Down to Dunk. I'm your host, Andrew Schlecht. We're part of the Athletic Podcast Network. Before we get to Alex, I'll tell you about 2 of my other friends, Aaron and Drew Reese of Shelter Insurance. You can call Aaron 405-773-5500 or Drew 405-478-7714. Call or text them today to get help with car insurance or home insurance. These are trustworthy guys, good guys that are ready and willing to help you, and they would also like to talk Thunder with you. So, Dunkers, support the people that support Down to Dunk, and give Aaron or Drew a call or text today. With me today is my good friend Alex Speers. Alex, what's up?
What's up, Andrew? I'm drinking the newest flavor of Spindrift, Cosmopolitan.
Wow.
They've been doing this new thing where they just do cocktails.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're not alcoholic. This is cranberry, orange, and lime. They also have a delicious Mojito.
Wow.
I'm still trying to get sponsored by Spindrift.
Wow. I was going to say.
So expensive.
Free little ad there, Spindrift. You gotta hit it up. Come on, that'd be great. Just pay Alex and Spindrift. That's all that he wants.
It'd be so nice because it is pricey.
There's not a lot going on for the Thunder themselves, but I've been thinking a lot about the restricted free agents and like what would life be like right now if the Thunder had like held on to Josh Giddey, and like would they have gotten a deal done? Would they be at this stalemate that the Bulls and Giddey are? I'm just thankful that we're not in that space.
Yeah,
because the guys that are left are the exact kind of guys that you don't necessarily want to pay. And it's not that any of them are bad players. They're all, in fact, good NBA players, guys that'll be in the league for a long time. But I think that it is such a difficult thing to figure out, what do you pay that level of player? Like, what do you pay that tier of player? I think that, in the past, you would just give them something close to the max, and it's no big deal. That's just not the case anymore. And so we're at this like gridlock with all these guys, and I'm just so glad the Thunder don't have to experience that. One, they don't have to experience it because they have guys that are like true max guys that they've given money to already, and you don't have to worry about it. But with a guy like Josh, I'm just like so curious, one, where it ends up, and then 2, just glad the Thunder aren't sitting here waiting to make a deal.
Yeah, I mean they definitely don't win the title because they wouldn't have Caruso.
Yeah.
So they're losing game 3 against Memphis. They're losing game 7 against Denver, probably. There were a lot of games that Caruso was. Yeah, it was almost single-handedly responsible for like getting them over the edge.
Totally.
So if you go into that offseason having not won, and now you have this big question, and you don't want to lose them for nothing, because if you do like a sign and trade, you're not going to get anything. So you would be in a similar position where it'd just be this stalemate. Honestly, I feel the same way about the De'Aaron Fox contract too. I I mean, if that was any other team, I think that deal would be universally panned right now. But because the Spurs have so many young guys, and it's probably not going to matter that much.
Yeah.
But yesterday I went back and I was just looking at like all of the in-season rankings of players, and Fox is like consistently in like the 20 to 30 range. The idea that you're going to pay like let's say the 25th best player a full max, give him $60 million a year. I mean, that's what everyone was complaining about with Towns and why they had to get it off of that deal. And I mean, Towns might be a better player than Fox. So he's probably higher up the center rankings. I mean, I saw someone do their point guard rankings, and I think they had Fox at 9. But because they made that trade, they probably felt like they had to keep him. And so now they had this deal that probably isn't going to hurt them as much as it would have hurt another team, just because their other guys are all on the rookie contracts. But yeah, I didn't love that either.
Yeah, I mean, you know me. I don't like that kind of trade. I don't love the idea of just hitting fast forward there for them, just because I don't think that it always gets you where you want to go. But because of their cap situation, it really is like it's not that big of a deal for them.
It's more just like potential missed opportunity in the future. Like, we don't know who would have been available for the Spurs. They just kind of have made their decision. They haven't gone like totally all in, but they've certainly like locked in a core piece. Whereas if they had gone into this season still with just, Dylan Harper, Stephon Castle, like personally, if I was a Spurs fan, that sounds more exciting to me. Just like, let's just see what we've got in Dylan Harper and Stephon Castle. Could this be the backcourt of the future? Yeah. And now it's like, where can we fit in our number 2 overall pick because we just paid a guy $60 million a year?
Yeah. And none of them are prolific 3-point shooters, which is like the biggest thing that I look at. Like, I don't know how this works for Spurs in that way. Also, there's pressure. You paid a guy a max. Like, there's pressure to win. Like you need to go win. Where with, like, when the Thunder, when they started to win, it was all gravy. Now it's like, well, you should probably win now that you've traded for this guy and that you've given him the max. Like you
and the unicornet. Trade for Fox and the unicornet.
You get the unicornet.
Yeah, you got to win.
You've got to go win now.
Luke Cornett is used to winning.
Yeah, he will throw a fit if he's not winning. We know about
that'd be very funny if you've seen any interviews with Luke Cornett. He's like the most relaxed, chill dude ever.
He gets to San Antonio and they're below 500, and
he becomes a diva.
Oh man, Al, any updates on the? We did the best moments.
Oh yeah.
Do we have updates on any potential upsets that have happened on the Twitterverse?
Yeah, I haven't put up today's, which will actually get it down to the final 4.
Yeah,
but I can at least tell you where things are at right now.
Yeah.
So the Minnesota finals are going to be the play where SGA falls and then throws it beneath the legs to Dub for the 3, number 1 overall seed. Yeah. Versus the number 2 overall seed where Chet blocks Jade McDaniels at the end of that was the same game, right?
Yeah, I think
that was
so.
the same game.
Yeah.
And then I guess I should have done these in order. But I can't find them. So Indiana, the finals, we're going to have Dub's 40 burger in game 5 going against Dort's game 7 moonball. For some reason, I have a feeling that Dort's moonball is going to win the whole thing.
It was very exciting. It was really fun. There's a reason you did it in a different language. It was very fun.
I know. I probably juiced it a little too much by putting the Portuguese version. It does help it. Memphis, we've got Caruso closing game 3 versus SGA hitting the dagger in the final game, closing the series.
Yeah.
And then in Denver, we've got Dub yelling at his wrist. I would say that's probably the overall favorite.
Yeah, it's a very strong candidate. I actually found I don't know if you saw it, but
I did see it.
I found my video that I took from my point of view. And like it at the moment, it was just like, huh, like what's going on here? He's like yelling at his wrist, and you knew it's like it had been wrapped, but like the significance of that moment just became so big.
Yeah. And then that's going to be going up against the Dort threes to save game 5.
Okay.
So there are a lot of good ones left. I think if I did it again, and someone did mention this, because the moments that I thought got a little shafted was SGA's close to game 4 against the Pacers.
Oh, okay.
I split those up into 2 moments because I just thought the falling one, or not the falling one, the step back on Neesmith was like such a singular play, because that play just got like dissected by everyone. But if I could do it again, I probably would have combined it with the previous 3. Remember that 3 where they were like 2 of 17? He hits it and they're 3 of 17. Because those were back to back.
It felt like 100 points. It felt like 100 points when he made a 3. It just felt like impossible to make threes in this game.
I don't know if it would have been enough to beat Dort's moonball, but it probably would have survived a little bit longer.
Yeah,
because that was a huge moment. I think at least for me though, like game 4, I just like to forget, because that was my like low point. That game was so miserable. And then I was at game 5, so like obviously I have fond memories of game 5, and I have fond memories of game 7.
Yeah,
the game 4, it was like so miserable, because that was the game where we had hit 2 threes up until the last 2 minutes of the game. I was like, there's no way we're winning this.
Yeah.
And I was so down in the dumps.
But what about your jubilation when they actually won it, though?
It wasn't even jubilation. It was just like, it was shock and relief. I went back and watched our podcast of it, actually.
Yeah.
Because it just like popped up in my feed.
Yeah.
I was speechless. I was just like, it wasn't even like happiness. It's just like, I can't believe that just happened.
That it really was. I mean, that's the most memorable game, right? Like that and the game 5 of the Denver series. Like those 2 games are probably the most memorable games.
Yeah.
Like those had the most moments, I think.
Oh, I don't know. I think game 5. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Game 5 against Denver. Game 5 against Denver definitely had the most moments.
The game 5 against Denver was probably like the most fun basketball game to watch.
Yeah, it was a highlight factory.
Yeah, that was really, really fun. Game 4 was easily like the most miserable watch, because I mean, imagine being on the other side of it and you're an Indiana fan, and like you are, you would feel you're feeling good the whole time, and then you lose that game, like
brutal.
That is true misery right there.
But, we still got, Dub hit scoring 40 in a finals game. That's obviously a huge moment.
Yeah.
And then Dort's moonball is just the funnest moment probably of the entire playoffs, because it's so stupid.
It is so fun. And it's cool because it just, I guess there are several moments like this, but it just like encapsulates Dort, in his offensive game, where it's like, it's all confidence. It's just, I'm just going to throw it up there. And I loved hearing him recount it after they had won the finals. Like it was just the best. It's just the absolute best. It was like such a Dort moment that we all needed to have.
I will say my personal favorite is still the big 3 hitting those consecutive threes in game 7. And part of that was just being in the building. And I had someone say this to me, that like that wasn't remarked upon as much on the broadcast.
Mm-hmm.
Like they didn't pick up on the fact, I guess, that it was the big 3 hitting these consecutive threes. Whereas in the arena, I felt like that was like everyone realized what was happening.
100%.
And so it made it a cooler experience maybe in the arena than it translated on the broadcast. So
yeah, that's 100% true. Because I remember it distinctly.
Yeah.
Being in the building and what that was like. So yeah, it's
because
funny.
that was their biggest lead of that game to that point. And that's when they finally started stretching out the lead, and you finally felt like, oh my gosh, they should win this game, but it's the point where you're like, okay, I think they are going to win this game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was going to be I mean, Halliburton had gone down. You're like, okay, now they have to win. And if they, and I think they were down one.
Our lives are ruined.
Yeah, they were down 1 at half, I think. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
I think Nimhard had a shot and put him up 1. And it was just like, oh my gosh. Like they're surely not going to do this. Surely not. And they did not. Okay, Al, we're going to take a look at over-unders for the season.
Yeah.
From
and usually
from BetMGM, yes?
Yes, from BetMGM.
Oh, great betting.
Usually we just
MGM.
go through the over-unders, but we're going to start this year differently. We're actually going to guess the lines, just like Simmons and Cousin Sal do for the NFL, which I always enjoy. Even as I've stopped watching the NFL as much till the playoffs, I still will listen to that and try to guess the lines as I'm
You don't watch the NFL that much, even though your team is really good?
During the regular season, I'll watch the Eagles, but I'm not as locked in as I used to block off my Sunday.
Yeah.
Because I was really into fantasy. And once I stopped doing fantasy, it took away a lot of that.
Yeah.
So now it's just I watch the Eagles and that's about it.
That makes sense.
Okay. So check this out, Andrew. Check this out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to share screen. All right. So my answers are here, but they are in white ink. So I'm going to reveal them after you do yours so we can go one by one. I thought we would do OKC first just because you mentioned their over-under on the Fry Pod and I heard it.
Yeah.
So I knew the vague range that it was in.
Yeah.
So what did you put for OKC?
Is it 63.5?
So that's what I put as well. Watch this. Boom. We both get 63.5. For BetMGM, it's 62.5. But yeah. We kind of knew that one. Were there any others that you knew going in?
I feel like I've listened to a ton of NBA pods and people have mentioned them. I don't I don't have them memorized, but I know people have mentioned them.
Yeah, I hadn't looked at we both didn't look at them obviously before we made our guesses.
Yeah.
And I will tell you I only got 2 exactly correct. So
okay.
I was pretty close on most of them, but there are a few that I was way off.
Yeah.
And I just like doing this because I feel like it gives you a good idea of what teams you're actually high on and what teams you're actually low on.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're just going to go division by division. I just kind of jump back and forth between the Western Division or the Western Conference and Eastern Conference.
Yeah.
So we'll start with OKC's division. So we have Denver up next. Their over-under last season was 51.5. They went under, only won 50 games. Where did you have them?
53.5.
53.5. Okay, so this is an example of me realizing I'm way higher on a team because I guessed 56.5.
Yeah.
This is one of the ones I was off on. I just felt I'm taking the over on that because I feel this way about Houston as well. I just think the second, third seeds, who I think are going to be those 2 teams, are just better than they were last year.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to be more in the 55 to 58 range.
I don't disagree. Also, you have to take into account the chaos that was happening in Denver throughout the entire season with the coach.
True.
And the GM just going at it the whole year. And then they both get fired.
Yeah.
In right before the playoffs. And I remember, and it's funny looking back on some of our shows because it's oh man, I'm so glad we have Denver on our side of the bracket, because they just felt like a sitting duck because of the chaos that's there. But turns out they're good.
We're going to call this the diff.
The diff.
Shout out to the Cleveland Cavaliers. You've seen that, right?
Oh, yes, I have seen the diff.
On their local broadcast, they'll have the diff, and it just tells you what the margin is.
It's so weird.
All right, let's check out now the diff. It's just basic math.
Checking
They're down by 7. The diff.
I actually kind of like it.
Okay. So, yeah, I can already tell, Denver's going to be not just an over for me, but probably a lock. I just think they're clearly stronger than last year, and they're stronger in the ways that are going to help them in the regular season.
Yeah.
Guys like Jonas Valanciunas, Tim Hardaway Jr., those are regular season boosters right there.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
just going to help them
Like
survive minutes and eat minutes.
some innings eaters, man. You just need those
Yeah.
guys. Yeah.
Okay, so next up is Portland. They were a surprise team last year. Over under 21.5. End up winning 36 games. Where did you have Portland, Andrew?
I had them at 37.5.
37.5. So this is 2 in a row that I was off on. I went 36.5.
Whoa, I was way off.
33.5.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised because obviously they were like a 500 team starting in January.
Yeah.
They did lose a ton of offense, which I get, but they have clearly now a defensive identity.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to be a very good defensive team. They
Mm-hmm.
do need to score at some point, but I don't see a reason why they can't be let's say a top 7 defense, even if they were a bottom 10 offense. I feel like they could be like a Magic Light and, win basically what they did last year, win 36 to 38 games.
Yeah. I think they have locked themselves into the middle. So
Yeah.
They are in the dreaded middle.
Unless Jan Hansen blows up.
I mean,
and everything will change.
Changes everything.
Okay, so I'll highlight it as we go to see who won. So that's very exciting for me because that was one of the ones I was pretty off on.
Yeah.
But we were both a little too high on the Blazers.
I'm way too high on the Blazers.
So next up is Minnesota, which I think is a super interesting one. 51.5 over under last season, 149 games.
Yeah.
What do you think of the Wolves?
I had 50.5.
50.5. And the correct answer was, Andrew, 50.5. You
Yes.
nailed it. Yeah, my Wolves, I don't know if it's hatred. It's just not buying them. I put them at 48.5.
It's your Nikhil love is what it is.
You know what? Honestly, that might be it. And in fact, I have a stat for that.
Mm-hmm.
So last season, when Nikhil Alexander-Walker was on the floor, they were a +7, which is great.
Wow.
It's upper 50s team, I think.
Yeah.
When Nikhil Alexander was off the floor, they were a +3, which is still good, but that's definitely a team in the mid 40s range.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I just feel like we're not talking enough about that he was a helpful player for them. And I know they think they have plenty of guys to just step right in and fill that role. And maybe they do, but I just haven't seen it yet.
I don't buy that. Yeah, I do not buy that. I think Nikhil is really good.
We'll see, Andrew. We'll find out. Okay, next is Utah. 28.5 over under last season. This was the easiest. I wish I had bet so much money on this.
Yeah,
I was so anti-Jazz going into last season.
Yeah, you were. You really were. You're ahead of the curve.
They won 17 games.
Yeah.
What did you guess for this season?
I guess 19.5.
Oh, so one thing I wanted to say is when I got done with my first draft, I went through all the over-unders from last year, added them up. They added up to 1,240. So they're 1,240 wins. There's only 1,230 wins available for 30 teams in an 82-game season. When I went through my first time, mine added up to 1,257. So I was 37 or 27 games over what was possible. Mm-hmm. So I did a lot of lowering to try to get at least in line with 1,240. So I would be 10 over. So that did affect some of my lines. It did not affect this line. We both guessed 19.5. It's actually lower. It is 18.5.
Oh, wow.
Which is about as low as you'll see. Maybe Process Sixers teams were a little bit lower than that.
Yeah.
But 18.5 is about as low as you're going to get.
It's a very low number. Most teams
very low.
Can sleepwalk into 20 wins.
Yeah. In fact, let me go back to just one of the truly bad Sixers teams. See, even their over-under 20.5.
Yeah.
And 26. Oh, here we go. The 14-15 season, their over-under was 16. Not even a half. 16. And of course, they scored 18. They won 18, so went over.
Oh,
good for them.
Man. 16. That's brutal.
Yeah, so Utah at 18.5, I could almost see going under.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially if you think there's any chance they trade Markkanen.
Yeah.
I don't know if I
actually would. There's people that are saying that he's the hottest name on the market, but I don't know. Maybe they do trade him, but
here we go. We're going to freeze that top row for all my Excel heads out there as we scroll down.
All my Excel heads up there.
Okay, so now we're going to go over to the Eastern Conference with the Southeast, starting with the Atlanta Hawks. People are high. I should have asked you at the beginning. Who was the team that was most difficult for you to guess what the over-under would be?
I had a hard time with the Raptors.
Mm-hmm.
I obviously had a hard time with the 76ers because, like,
they felt impossible.
Look at anything. San Antonio was a weird one for me too.
Yeah. What about because I felt like the Pelicans, there was like a 10-win range where I feel like it could be anything in here.
They're like Sixers West, where it's like, what?
The way people talk about them this offseason, you'd think they're going to win like 20 games. But then you look at their roster and you're like, this is clearly better than any of these other bad teams.
They have a lot of talent on their team. It's like, will any of it work?
I would agree on most of those that you said. Okay, so where'd you have Atlanta?
I had Atlanta.
On Atlanta.
Yeah, 45.5 is what I picked for Atlanta.
45.5. The correct answer is, Andrew, reveal 47.5.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So people I did 46.5. So I was only one off, and even I was too low.
Yeah.
So people are high on the Hawks.
I think they're going to be good. I think they could win. They could win 47 games, 48 games. I think that's totally possible.
Yeah, it's weird this year because like 48 wins last season put you at the 5 seed.
Yeah.
That's what Milwaukee won last year.
Yeah.
This year,
that might give you the 3.
That could be 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Like I feel pretty confident about like Magic, Cavs, and Knicks. But after that, 48 may be a home court advantage team.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's legit.
Okay, I'm going to say off the bat, Andrew, this next one, my biggest miss. The Miami Heat.
Okay.
So their over-under last season was 44.5. They won 37 games. They brought in Norm Powell. Did they do anything else interesting? It was mainly that.
They brought in Norm Powell.
Where did you have the Heat?
39.5.
39.5. Well, Andrew, you'll be getting that one because I said 43.5.
Whoa, why?
Because I'm just looking at the Eastern Conference and I'm like, who outside of so Atlanta, sure. Detroit, sure. I'm at 6 teams now. Actually, I'm at 5 teams.
Mm-hmm.
Who do I like after that? Do I think the Sixers are better than them? I don't really. So Miami's feels like my 6th seed right now.
Yeah, I just hate that team. I just hate how they've constructed that team.
No, they've traditionally always been the team that just squeezes like every last drop out of whatever they have until last season. And last season was when it kind of fell apart.
Yeah.
And they were not good with Butler off the court. But they did bring in Norm Powell, who I do think is like a real NBA player.
Yeah, but he and Tyler Hero are like the same guy.
That's why you got to stagger him, Andrew.
Yeah, I just don't like that. I hate that as like my go-to guy. If Norm Powell is like your 3rd best offensive player, then like you're doing really well. But if he's potentially your best offensive player, then you're in trouble, I think. I don't like that. I just hate that idea. I hate the idea of him and Hero because then like you're closing games with those two. Like you're just allowing guys to go to the rim. It's just a bad. Yeah. I just don't know. It's one of the grossest rosters with like, and I'm not saying that they're not talented. They are talented, but it's just, man, I just do not like what they're doing in Miami.
For me, this was just like a function of the Eastern Conference because you start listing out the teams, and once you get past Cavs, Magic, Knicks, Pistons, Hawks, like who do you like?
I know. I mean, it's going to be there are going to be some bad teams that get into the playoffs.
because I was thinking, okay, well, if I think Miami's going to be the 6th seed, just because I hate all these other teams. Last year's 6th seed was 44 wins, but who knows? It could be like a 40-win 6th seed team or something this season.
Yeah.
I'm sure one of these teams are going to be good that we're dismissing, and maybe it is Miami. But
did you mention the Bucks?
Oh no, I didn't mention the Bucks.
Okay.
I guess they'll be fine.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, the Bucks will be fine. Like Giannis is like such a floor. It's like one of the ultimate floor raisers in the league right now.
Yeah,
as long as he's healthy.
Okay, next is Orlando, who last year had an over/under 47.5, which I was actually surprised it was that high last year. So they were getting a lot of respect last season.
Yeah,
and they end up winning 41 in part because of so many injuries. Where did you have the Magic?
I had him at 49.5.
49.5, Andrew?
Wow.
Oh, it's 51.5.
Wow.
For the Magic.
That's a big jump.
It is a big jump. I went 50.5. So I was only off by 1. And I was surprised because I was like, I feel like I'm high.
Yeah.
I'm very high on the Magic.
Yeah.
And to see the over/under even higher than that. So they need to win 52 games, which would be an 11-game jump. I get they had the injuries, but that's still a big jump for a team to make.
That's a big
season
jump.
to season. I think they can do it because of this Eastern Conference. I mean, there's so much cannon fodder at the bottom of this conference.
Yeah, it's embarrassing, honestly.
Like these teams are going to get to play 4 games apiece.
Yeah.
Against the Bulls, the Sixers, the Hornets, the Wizards. I know some of these teams might be good some nights, but like the Nets, the Celtics, like some of these teams might be okay, but they're all going to be at best middling.
Yeah. Like if you're
unless the Sixers are just randomly healthy this season, then maybe they could be actually good.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's wild. Congrats to the Magic.
Congrats. We might see some inflated win totals, which, by the way, going back to OKC's, because I think a lot of OKC fans feel like 63.5 is too low. You know, they won 68 games. That was with Chet missing a ton of time. Hartenstein misses time.
Yeah.
They have, these 2 new rookies who maybe they're not going to help with, wins, but they have more depth than they had last year, it feels like.
Yeah.
And or at least better depth, we assume. Instead of like Oos and Dylan Jones, we're playing like Thomas Sorber and Topic. But I do think part of that is just having to get to a realistic total win number, whereas I feel like they take it off the top teams.
Yeah.
I think it's really hard to put out a over/under of like 68.5, because then you have to have some teams so low.
Yeah, I think
even though that might be the reality.
Yeah. Yeah, I would take the over on anything in the low 60s for the Thunder, for sure.
I think I would too. Yeah. Okay, next up, Charlotte. Last season, Charlotte had a 30.5 over/under. Why? They won 19 games. Where did you have the Hornets?
23.5.
23.5. Andrew, the correct answer was 26.5. I went 24.5. So I was closer by 1. That's 2 in a row for me.
Dang.
Yeah, they think. I mean, I kind of get it just because there's 3 clear bottom teams.
Yeah.
With the Nets, Wizards, and Jazz.
Yeah.
And there's not a ton of teams in like that next tier.
Yeah.
Where like teams winning between like 25 and 30 games. Usually you have a couple teams in there. And so I guess Charlotte have gotten like a couple wins boost just because to get a team in that range. I don't know.
Yeah, they're a weird team too, because if they're healthy, which is a huge question, but if they're healthy, I think that they can get the over. They could potentially be a surprise team, but
they could sneak up and do some damage.
I think it's possible. Now they're going to have to. I say all that. They need a big man so bad. Like they got Brenner to like be a real guy for them to make it.
Yeah, because otherwise they have Diabate and Plumlee.
Yeah, that's
other center options.
I cannot. It's so funny they have Mason Plumlee on their team. Just like so. so random. It feels like.
I know in an era when everyone thinks like, oh, you can just get a center anywhere. I feel like the Hornets are an example of like, well, maybe you can't. Maybe you have to actively go and try and get a good center.
Although I do appreciate the fact that they took advantage of the Suns and they were like, you know what, we don't really like our center rotation.
Yeah, our center rotation that got us to 19 wins. Sure,
Yeah.
you can have it.
Yeah, you please take it and give us valuable things back, please. I do like that. I generally like their approach. Now they just like need some of their draft picks to work out. I mean that's
Yeah, I like what they're doing as well. They just have a weird roster because if you just look at their guards, like just the number of guards they have that you would want to give time to.
yeah.
And it was exacerbated by trading for Colin Sexton. Like I just don't understand what they're going to do with him specifically.
Yeah, I don't get that either. Like you have Colin Sexton, Trey Mann, Spencer Dinwiddie. Like what are we doing? Like what's happening there? And you still like need to give minutes to Josh Green, and Nipple needs minutes, and McNeely is probably closer to a guard than a forward in my opinion. And so like there's just like a lot of things that you have to sort out, Like, is LaMelo healthy? If he's healthy, I hate pairing him with Colin Sexton, Trey Mann, Spencer Dinwiddie. It's like, what are we doing here? Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I agree there. It's like I don't like that, but they could share these guys that are relatively the same with somebody. Like I don't know. I don't get it.
Next up, we have the Wizards. Over under last season was 20.5. They won 18 games.
Yeah.
I think are they better than the Jazz? I think their roster is better than the Jazz.
Yeah.
I think I like Will Hardy more as a coach. I think I like the Wizards front office more.
Sure.
I just think they're better at honestly, that little it's not really a rant, but the opening segment on the Low Post with Fred Katz going through all of the Wizards transactions this summer, genuinely like impressive. One, that he just like can rattle that off the top of his head, but also there was some like really smart stuff in there that they did.
Yeah.
And it's all like very minor, like edge of the edge kind of moves.
Yeah.
But that's the kind of stuff that we would talk about with the Thunder.
That's what I was going to say.
Years and years.
It is like now that they have basically Thunder adjacent front office, like you can see like the Thunder's imprint on like what they're doing. It's like we take advantage of every situation we can is what they're doing. And now like they just need like some guy to pop. Like they need Bilal to actually be good and not just for like a small stretch. The only thing that I did not like that I don't think is very Thundery of them is trading for Cam Whitmore. Like I just I get it. It's like, oh, it's a nice flyer. Like the Thunder never did stuff like that.
Andrew, what was the Enes Kanter and Dion Waiters trades, if not that?
I'm talking about when they were tanking.
When they were tanking, I suppose. But like when they had Troy Weaver, they also loved going going after former lottery picks.
They did, but that's
not that Cam Whitmore was. I know
that's when they had like a team that they needed to build around. Like this was, I don't know. I'm not a Cam Whitmore guy. And obviously they're trying to establish like a different team and different style of play. I just know like the Thunder, when they were with what they were trying to build, would have never traded for Cam Whitmore.
In the current iteration, no. I just think with what it ended up costing, which was 2 seconds, for a team that is as directionless as they are in terms of like we don't know who their true core is going to be going forward. Like we could guess just based on where guys were drafted. But in terms of actual talent, we don't know. And so taking a flyer on a guy like that, whatever. Where did you have the Wizards?
19.5.
19.5, exactly where I had them, Andrew. Over under 21.5.
Really?
21.5.
Came Whitmore hits.
People are buzzing. People are buzzing about the Wizards.
They're like, did you hear about the Dylan Jones acquisition?
Did you hear about Keyshawn George in Summer League? Alex was very impressed.
Did you hear that they may keep CJ McCollum?
Okay, so that brings us to the end of the Southeast. I guess I should update as we go. So in the Northwest, Andrew won 2-1. We tied on 2 of them.
Uh-huh.
In the Southeast, I won 3-1.
Pain.
So we'll keep adding those up as we go. Now we're on the Pacific Division. And the Lakers. So Lakers over under last season, 43.5, and they smashed it.
Yeah, they did.
They won 50 games. And I actually found this one a little challenging because the national narrative has been like very negative on the Lakers this summer, I feel like. Outside of like Lakers fans. But like everyone else talking about them is like, oh man, LeBron's going to pout the whole season. This is going to be a miserable season. And yet, on the flip side, everyone's talking about how skinny Luka is, how amazing he looks. So I just had no idea where to put this. So where did you go with the Lakers?
I had 48.5.
48.5. And their over-under this season is 47.5. I went lower. I went 46.5. So we're both within one.
Okay.
So it's 47.5 for the Lakers. Probably fair. I feel like that is smack dab in basically the middle of where they were last year.
Yeah.
Erring on the side of them getting closer to a 50-win team. We'll see. I feel like once you get past the first, what I thought were the 4 best teams in the West,
yeah,
I had a really tough time picking who I thought was 5th. Like I personally had the Clippers 4th after Denver, Houston, OKC.
Yeah.
And picking that 5th team, which I think a lot of people would default to Minnesota.
Yeah, definitely.
But I do think there are some other options there, one of which being the Lakers. Okay, that brings us to the Clippers last season, who ended up being a surprise team because of a late report in preseason that Kawhi was out indefinitely, bumped them down to 35.5 wins. They end up winning 50. Where did you have the Clippers, Andrew?
49.5.
49.5. The Clippers over-under this season is 48.5, but you get it, Andrew, because I went too high. I'm too high on the Clippers at 50.5.
Yeah.
So their over-under is 48.5. That is probably fair. My whole thing with the Clippers offseason has been like, it doesn't change the way I think about them, which is obviously, as you can tell, I was kind of high on them going into the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Like I thought they were a really good team, and I continue to think they're a really good team. And I would still pick them right now, even knowing that, like, yeah, it could fall apart. Like Kawhi could get hurt. I just think their core proved to me last year that like they don't necessarily need Kawhi to be like a very good team. They need him to be a great team, but they were like a very good team. They were hanging around like the 6th seed when he was out at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
With just like Harden and Zubats. So now they have a few extra guys who can put up points with Collins and Beal. They got CP3. I don't know.
Yeah, they're very old.
They're very old, which usually isn't great for the regular season, but they also are pretty deep.
Yeah. They have 4 guys that are 36 and over, and that doesn't even include Kawhi.
Yeah, they have 6 guys who on Basketball Reference have double-digit years of experience, which is, I've never seen that. And they have 3 more guys who are at 9 years of experience: Zubats, Chris Dunn, and Derek Jones Jr. So even Derek Jones Jr., who I think of as still like, oh, he must be 26. No, he's also older.
Yeah.
Yeah, their young guys are Jordan Miller on a 2-way, Kobe Brown, Trenton Flowers, Cam Christie, Kobe Sanders, and Yannick Niederhauser.
Yeah. Yeah, those guys won't play.
So you basically start with Bogdanovich and John Collins, who both have 8 years of NBA experience.
Yeah, Bogdanovich, yeah, he feels older.
Their main rotation, if we're assuming none of those young guys break the rotation, their main rotation, no one was born after 1997.
Yeah. They're all
That's wild.
Everyone that's going to play is 28 and older.
Yeah.
You know, and like I just wonder when the true Harden fall off is, because he's 36.
Yeah.
Like he's getting up there. And like I think that when he like truly falls off, that's when the wheels fall off of this whole operation. Because like he made it work last year. Like Zubats was awesome, but he is nothing without a point guard like James Harden. Like James Harden just makes guys like Zubats better.
I forgot they got Brook Lopez too. I know he's also super old, 17 years of experience.
37, yeah.
But as a backup, sure.
Yeah, I mean it's great. They're just relying on a lot of guys that could potentially miss a lot of time,
Okay, next up is the Kings. The Kings had an over-under of 46.5 last season.
Yeah.
And they ended up winning 40 games.
Yeah.
Honestly, the fact that they won 40 games kind of surprises me, even going back and looking at them.
Feels like a miracle.
Because they're kind of a miserable team. And I was looking at on-offs for them. So when Fox was on, they were a plus 0.26.
Yeah.
When Levine was on, they were a minus 3.85.
Yeah.
So that swap was not good for them. Although I will say when they were both off, which wasn't an insignificant amount of minutes, the Kings were a +5 when both Fox and Levine were off.
Oh my God.
And they did get Dennis Schroeder, so he could be in that off lineup. But I personally am not very high at all on the Kings. So where did you have the Kings?
34.5.
34.5. Their over/under this season is 35.5. So we're both
Oh,
off by one.
man.
I was a little higher than you. I went 36.5 on the Kings. But yeah, that's a brutal over/under.
Yeah, they are.
To have their roster and their financial commitments and be predicted as a 35-win team.
Dude, they're right back where they were. They're right
I
back
know.
where they were. They had fought so hard to get out of that area, and now they're seriously right back where they were.
Did you see that Boogie thinks his number should be retired for the Kings?
You know what? At this point, whatever. Just like whatever.
I don't know if anything would be more representative of the Kings
100%.
over the last 2 decades than retiring Boogie's number.
100%. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what they do. I mean, Levine has a player option for $48 million after this year. Like, sure.
No, not sure. That's awful.
Yeah, I mean, sure, in that like he's going to pick it up.
Oh yeah, he'll be taking that.
That they're in trouble. I don't know, man. I don't know what is going to happen here except for just sadness.
The only thing that you would be excited about, I feel like, is one, their first round pick looked pretty good.
Yeah.
At Summer League.
Yeah.
So at least you have like a young guy
Not
you're going to
neat.
get excited about.
Yeah, Nick Clifford.
Yeah. And then Maxime Reynaud.
Yeah,
another young guy. Reynaud also looked pretty good in Summer League. So there's like 2 young guys. And then you still have Devin Carter, who was up and down in Summer League, but he was a lottery pick. Like there's at least some young guys that maybe like one of them will pop just a little bit.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, like they traded for Dario Saric, who could not play last year.
Hey, and they're also trying to get Kuminga. So that's exciting.
Honestly, I'm for that just because I think they just need rotation players.
Dude, when you have the chance to have Kuminga, DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, and Dennis Schroeder on the same team, you have to do it.
When you say it like that, it sounds really negative.
You just have to.
I like to focus on vacuums.
Yeah.
In a vacuum, I don't hate it.
You just have to do it. It's like, can we collect the most guys possible that only kind of enjoy passing? Then let's go.
All right, next up is what I thought was the most fun to guess, which was Phoenix. Because I kept pushing it lower and lower as I went through. So Phoenix, 48.5 over under last season. They won 36 games.
Oh my gosh.
Where did you have the Suns, Andrew?
I had them at 32.5.
32.5. Their over under for this upcoming season is 30.5. And I went 31.5, so I'm closer, but even I didn't go low enough.
Wow.
And this was a team that I started out, I think, at like 34.5. And then when I saw how over I was on wins, I was like, man, I got to take these wins from somewhere. I started going through, and man, I hit the Suns. I was like, oh, I can take a couple off here. But I didn't take it off enough because they are 30.5 over under.
Unreal.
And I think for good reason. So some on-off numbers for them. When Katie was on last year, minus 1.3. So they weren't even a good team when Katie was on. They were a below 500 team. But when Katie was off, they were a minus 5.5. And they were replacing him with Jalen Green, somewhat, who, when he was on, was a plus 2.4 for the Rockets. When he was off, the Rockets were a plus 8.7. And even you're probably thinking, oh, I bet the on-offs were really good for Dylan Brooks, though. No, they were also bad for the Rockets. Now, part of that is because obviously they had that bench mob earlier in the season with Amen and Tari Eason, who were very good, and those guys were like plus minus kings.
Yeah.
So that warps that a little bit, but I think the point stands that they're replacing KD with a guy in Jalen Green who has never been a like true positive in terms of like net difference when he is on the court versus off the court.
Yeah.
So I think 30.5 is deserving.
So
sad. And I think it's a fun one to guess because if you go under and you're talking now the Suns winning under, like what they win like 28 games.
Yeah, they're so screwed, man.
And they don't own their pick.
They're so
that would be brutal.
They're so
I think I might go over. I haven't decided yet. Just because they have truly no incentive to tank. I know they're not good, but they also did upgrade their center position as much as we made fun of it earlier.
Sure.
I mean, they had nothing last season. So maybe they can cobble together. I'm talking like literally a 32-win season. But that's like the ceiling for me.
Yeah, that's really, really bad. Hey, let's finish
one more. They'll be halfway done. Golden State over under 43.5 last season, won 48 games. Brought in Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
What do you think, Andrew?
This is a tough one because they were really good with Jimmy.
They were very good with Jimmy.
I'll say 49.5.
49.5. I will tell you that is off. They're 46.5.
Wow.
I guess 45.5. Yeah, so you were off by 3. So you sounds like you're high on the Warriors then.
I probably shouldn't be, but like I'm still Steph brained, I guess. Like I just think like that team is gonna win a lot of games, and like if Jimmy Butler is engaged, and a lot of times like when Jimmy gets himself in trouble is when he's in a contract year and like things just go awry.
Yeah,
but if he and Steph and Draymond are relatively healthy, like I think they win 50 games pretty easily.
I don't disagree if they're all healthy because they were like fairly dominant compared to what they were earlier in the season.
Yeah.
After that trade.
Yeah.
And his on-off numbers also were crazy. When he was on, they were like a very good team.
Yeah. If you could just get some depth, like they're going to bring in Horford, like that will happen.
Eventually, yeah.
If they could get somebody for Kuminga that is just a rotation player.
And that's why they're not doing the deal with the Kings because they would have to give up, I believe, both Buddy Hield and Moses Moody just to make it work financially.
I think it's just one of them.
They just have to give. But even if you're swapping out one of those guys for Devin Carter, who I think was the trade piece coming from the Kings.
Yeah, now it's Malik Monk in a pick.
Now it's Malik Monk in a pick. I could see doing a Malik Monk for Buddy Hield swap. But then you also are losing Kuminga in that scenario, who I know we don't love, but he was a rotation player for them.
Yeah. Yeah, I think ideally for the Warriors, he'll accept the 2-year offer basically, and then they'll trade him.
Yeah.
Like that's probably ideal. I don't know that I would want. I think Malik Monk is the exact kind of guy that doesn't succeed with the Warriors. You know, they've tried those kinds of guys before, and it's just like, when has it ever worked out? Like I just don't see it. Let's
you want to take a break?
Yeah, let's take a quick break. We will be right back. And we're back after that quick break. I want to tell you about my friends over at Bob Moore Kia. Here's a picture of me with my family at Bob Moore Kia. Beautiful location on Northwest Expressway in between Council and Rockwell. That's us in front of the Kia Sorento, which, you know what? I love the Sorento. It's a great vehicle. Right now, you can get a Kia Sorento. You can finance it at 1.9% APR for 60 months. You can get $500 bonus cash with Kia Finance assistance, or you can even lease it for $329 a month for 24 months with $3,999 due at signing. Listen, if you're not a Kia person, if you've never even considered a Kia, I would say you should just go test drive a Kia. Do it today. Go by Bob Moore Kia. Tell them that Down to Dunk sent you. Tell them that, listen, I would just like to test drive it just to see, and you will love it. I've absolutely loved driving the Kia Carnival, which is what we have now. The Kia Sorento was amazing. I'd love to get behind the wheel of a Kia K4 EX right now, which you can lease for $329 a month or $239 a month. Even better deal, $239 a month for 24 months. Great vehicles, amazing. I've never felt safer in a vehicle. They're great. You should go check out Kia today. You can also go test drive a Kia Sportage today. The Kia Sportage Hybrid LX right now, you can lease it for $299 a month for 24 months. 10K miles a year, $3,999 due at signing. Go check those out today. Support the people that support Down to Dunk. And go check out Bob Moore Kia.
Bob Moore Kia. So after half the league is done, Andrew, I am up 6-4.
Yeah, I'm not
still
doing
very competitive.
Yeah.
You nailed one exact, Minnesota, 50.5. Congrats.
Yeah.
You also nailed Denver exact, 53.5.
Yep.
So you have two. Actually, I'm going to reveal something, Andrew. Over the next 15, I did nail 2.
Wow. I was off to a hot start.
You were off to a hot start. We might do a little more of a speed run for these next ones.
Say we probably need.
Okay, Brooklyn over under last season, 19.5. They won 26 games for some reason. Andrew, where did you have the Brooklyn Nets?
I had the Brooklyn Nets at 18.5.
I think that is very fair for the Brooklyn Nets, but they are at 20.5.
It
20.5. I have no idea why, because I think they and Utah are like battling it out for worst roster in the league, and I might take Brooklyn. I know that Brooklyn still has a few guys who are NBA players.
Sure.
Like Nick Claxton, Day'Ron Sharp. I'm assuming Cam Thompson is going to be on the team. But they're like, after they're like handful of guys who you would consider NBA players, it is like some of the worst. I mean, we don't know yet, of course, but like none of their young guys' names get me excited at all.
What player would you say could have played in that series in the finals? Like, what players on that team could have been a rotation piece for either the Pacers or the Thunder? Like,
I think, given that the Pacers were playing Thomas Bryant and who's the other guy? It was what was his name? Someone in the chat will tell us. I think that they would be able to play their big men. So like Nick Claxton,
Tony Bradley.
Tony Bradley, yeah. So I think those two guys could have played probably in the finals.
Yeah.
After that, I mean, Michael Porter Jr., I mean, he's played in a finals.
Yeah.
He probably would have played.
MPJ.
And then now you're at like Terrence Mann, deciding how much you like him. But after that, oh my gosh. Like, I'm just looking at this list. Drake Powell, Nolan Traore, Tyson Etienne, Yegor Doman, Ben Seraph, Danny Wolf, Drew Timme, Tyrese Martin, Keon Johnson, Jalen Wilson, Dariq Whitehead, Noah Clowney. That's everyone else other than the guys we named.
How many of those guys that if you saw them at the grocery store, you would know exactly who they are?
Probably Drew Timme.
Yeah.
He's pretty obvious looking. Danny Wolf, also. I mean, he's a 7-footer.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to notice him. Outside of those guys, that's about it. That's all I got. I mean, obviously, I would know like Michael Porter Jr. and some of their bigger players, but
yeah, MPJ. Yeah.
I don't think I could pick out Yegor yet. I might think Yegor is like a 15-year-old. I saw him in person. He looked so young at Summer League.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, next up, Boston. 58.5 over-under last season, 161 games, decimated their team, and apparently are still going to make moves to get further under the luxury tax.
No.
I mean, they need to get under the luxury tax, I guess. They can save like another $40 million.
Yeah.
Where'd you have Boston?
I had him at 43.5.
Wow. Okay. You're going to win this one because it's 42.5. This is one of the ones I had much lower. I had 38.5
for
the Celtics. I just think if another thing sort of similar to the Nets, you look at the rest of their roster, you're like, oh my gosh, this is brutal.
Yeah.
Who is on this team? Let me just name some guys on this team.
Mm-hmm.
Baylor Shireman, Max Shulga, Hayden Gray, Miles Norris, Josh Minot, Luca Garza, Hugo Gonzalez, Xavier Tillman, Jordan Walsh. I guess they just traded George Niang.
Yeah.
They did just get Chris Boucher.
They did.
Who's always been good in fantasy when they've allowed him to play. But usually his teams don't let him play. So I don't know how much that will help.
He's playing on this team.
Yeah, he will play on this team. So there you go, Andrew. Back on the board.
Wow.
Moving on to the Knicks. 53.5 over-under last season. 151 games. Clear top 3 seed in this conference. Where did you have him?
I had him at 53.5.
53.5. Same as you had for Denver. And that was exactly correct, Andrew. Nailed it. 53.5. Wow. Good job, Andrew. That's 3. You've nailed 3 now. I only nailed 2 total, so you got me beat there.
The Knicks are going to be really good. Like they're really solid.
Should. Yeah, I went higher. I went 54.5 just because of the East. I was like, man, if they won 51 games last season, they're bringing everyone back.
It'd be a little disappointing to win in the low 50s. Like they gotta they could win 55 games.
Yeah, totally. Okay, Philly, also another fun one. 50.5 was their over-under. Not only was that their over-under, but I took the over. They won 24 games. Where did you settle with the Philadelphia 76ers? A number that could be anywhere.
I had him at 41.5 just because I'm like, let's just split it down the middle. You know, like what? What are we doing here?
I think that was pretty smart, Andrew, because the over-under was 42.5, and we both guessed 41.5.
We did the same thing.
We tied. So Vegas is slightly higher on the Sixers than us, but only slightly.
Dude.
But actually, that's a great number.
Yeah. So what do you even do with that? It's almost you could even say it's technically off the board.
It should be. I was surprised that there weren't any teams off the board. Because, a team like Philly, I just don't know what you're supposed to do with it. Especially hearing about Paul George's offseason surgery, that Embiid article. Like, I have no idea.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, I do have an idea. It's not going to be good.
I was going to say, I predict heartbreak.
Yeah. Okay, next, the Toronto Raptors. 29.5 over-under. They won 30 games. They just beat it. They were my pick for surprise team. They were 9 games off of that. Where'd you have the Toronto Raptors?
33.5.
33.5. The over-under for the Raptors this season, 37.5.
What?
And I guess 34.5. So I'm one closer, even though I was also way off on that. That's been the biggest difference for both of us so far.
What did they? I don't know. I have no idea. I'm actually going to talk to S. Baraheny today about the Raptors.
Oh, great.
So,
maybe you'll find out. You should tell him this.
Yeah.
See what he thinks. Actually, make him get. He probably already knows the over/under, but if he doesn't, make him guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're moving to the Southwest Division. 2 divisions left. Houston, 43.5 over under last season, won 52 games. How high did you go, Andrew?
I said 54.5.
Okay, that's good job because it's 55.5. We both guessed 54.5. But see, I was surprised. So you did this correctly, but you guessed that the over under for Houston would be higher than the over under for Denver.
Yeah.
Which I just don't get right now, but whatever.
Yeah.
I just feel like they should be equal.
I get that.
I guess it's because Houston won 52 games last year.
Yeah.
So they had already kind of proven it, and now they add KD.
They got Kevin. Defensively, like they're going to be better than Denver. I just think
for sure.
They're just going to be a regular season machine, and then we'll see what happens in the playoffs.
Another one that I thought was very fun, the Memphis Grizzlies. So last season, over under 47.5. They won 48 games. They beat it by 1 game. Where did you go?
The
Grizzlies
47.5. Like I don't know if they're going to be that. I don't know.
Okay, Andrew, brace yourself.
I'm braced. It's going to
The
be
over under for the Memphis Grizzlies this season is 40.5. Andrew was off by 7. I guessed 44.5 and was off by 4. 40.5 for the Grizz.
I just don't think they're that bad.
I don't either. That is so low.
I think that they're going to be closer to the 47 mark. I know they lost Bane, but I think they'll be fine. I don't know. That's wild.
Well, you should definitely. I know who you're taking the over on. We both are, I guess.
Maybe Vegas isn't a fan of Tuamos.
Did you? I just feel like this team, outside of the year when they tanked, they've proven again and again that they can just kind of find enough guys to make it work as long as their main guys are healthy.
Yeah.
So I just feel like they're going to find guys. Maybe you bought into Trill's Santi Aldama plea.
I think Santi's good. I think he's a good player.
Did you see that he tweeted out the he sent it to me personally, but the on-off numbers,
defending himself.
Yeah, it is kind of wild how good his stats are without Ja.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, that is definitely the biggest shocker so far.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Dallas is next. They were 49.5 over under last season. They won 39 games, of course.
Yeah.
What did you do with Dallas?
43.5.
43.5. Dallas's over under next season is 39.5. Wow. This is our biggest difference with each other.
Yeah.
So Andrew went 43.5, is off by 4. I went 36.5, off by 3.
Yeah.
And so I'm slightly closer than you. So it sounds like you're a little higher on the Mavs. You're a big believer in Cooper Flag.
I'm a big Coop guy. Yeah, I just think defensively they're going to be really good. And then they'll figure it out. Like 43 games is not a good team. But,
But I guess you didn't know what Memphis was going to be. Because, 43.5 would be 4 games better than Memphis. But they do have them 1 game under Memphis.
Yeah.
I just think those teams are, I don't know. It depends if you think Anthony Davis is going to stay healthy. Obviously, if he's healthy, they maybe should be compared to Memphis.
It's about Anthony Davis and Ja. It's like, what are those guys? What happens? Tell me how many games they play, and then I'll tell you how good those teams are.
Andrew, you really need a win because you have lost last 3 out of the last 4.
Yeah, I know. This
is your chance. This is your chance. The New Orleans Pelicans, over under 46.5. They won 21 games. Can you nail it?
Yeah, this is one that I need to nail. And it's like the toughest one.
It's like very hard.
One. I had them at 31.5.
31.5. New Orleans Pelicans over under next season is 30.5.
Dang it, we missed the same one. God, I needed that. I needed that badly. I needed to hate them a little bit more.
It's funny, man. We've been off on the same ones and sometimes in different directions, but the big numbers are the same for us.
Yeah, it's hard
on a lot of these.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fair and also terrifying.
Yeah, it is.
30.5.
Yeah, it's
like they need to be at like 37, 38 to feel okay about that trade.
Yeah.
And that's just to feel like okay.
I know.
Still be bad.
I know.
Next is the Spurs. They were 35.5 over under last season.
Wow.
They only won 34 games.
Wow.
How high did you go with the Spurs? And look at these other teams. Memphis is at 40.5. Dallas is at 39.5, just as a point of reference.
I had them at 44.5.
44.5. The Spurs over under next season is 43.5. We guessed the exact same
number again. Dang it.
44.5.
Wow.
Andrew.
Yeah, we're on the same page with Spurs. I think they'll be fine.
Fine.
Yeah.
Okay, Andrew, going into the final division, it is 10-6. You got to get 4 of these last 5. This is like when they do the 3-point contest.
Yeah.
You get down to the end. You got to run the table here.
Yeah, I do. I really do.
And actually, I have terrible news for you because I know that I got 2 exactly correct and we haven't come to them yet.
Oh, I've got to tie you in those.
Okay.
I got to cancel them out.
Next is Chicago.
28.5
over under last season. They won 39 games. They were a surprise team.
Impressive.
Sort of. What did you go for the Bulls?
I said 33.5.
33.5. The Bulls over under next season is 32.5. You got it, Andrew, because I went 34.5.
32.5. Man, they're yikes.
Isn't that crazy?
What did they do to get that much worse in the minds of Vegas?
You asked that, but I did look it up. And let me just tell you what Lonzo Ball's on-off numbers were last season.
Okay. Yeah, that trade
when he was on, which was about 800 minutes, the Bulls were a plus 6.4, which is a very good team.
800 minutes is just not that much, though.
I know. When he was off, though, they were a -3. They were a 32-win team.
Yeah.
So
I don't get that trade at all. But I also
I once again feel like the Bulls are going to be trying. So why wouldn't they get more than 32 wins?
Yeah, it's too low. That's way too low.
I agree. I would go over. Cleveland is next. 48.5 over under last season. I, of course, took the under. They won 64 games.
Yeah.
Now, this is another one sort of like OKC. OKC won 68 games. Cleveland won 64 games. Where do you think Vegas put the over-under?
56.5.
56.5. Wow. Taking off 9 wins. The over-under for Cleveland this season is 56.5. You nailed it, Andrew. Wow. That's 2 in a row, Andrew. We're up to it's 10-8 now.
56 and that does feel too low.
It does. I guess 59.5. I was off by 3.
Yeah. The diff.
Now, again, Andrew, I have 2 exact ones coming, I guess, unless I misremember and didn't do a good job. Because we only have 3 names left. Detroit, over under last season, 25.5. Amazing surprise team. They won 44 games.
Yeah.
Everyone has them slotted in as the 5th best team, sometimes the 4th best team in the East.
Yeah.
Where would you put Detroit?
45.5.
45.5. Correct answer was
little bump.
45.5. You nailed it. It is now 10-9. Oh my gosh.
These are 2? Did you nail these 2?
I nailed these next 2. So you have to nail.
Have to tie.
Well, I don't even think you
no,
can.
I can't win.
But if you get both of them, I feel like I would have to give it to you.
Yeah, I'm not going to.
Wow, Andrew, what a comeback. Here's what I'll say for you, Andrew. You've now nailed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to my 2. I feel like that should give you some points.
I need some ghost points at least.
Yeah. Okay. Last 2 names. Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
Over under 46.5. They won 50 games.
This is such a tough one.
They lost Miles Turner. They lost Tyrese Halliburton. I looked it up. So Tyrese Halliburton, when he was on the court, they were a plus 3.4, which is lower than what you would think it'd be. I think some of that is just the early season stuff.
Yeah.
When Halliburton was off last season, what do you think their net rating was?
-4.
That's what I thought. I thought it was going to be really low. It was a +1.
Oh, interesting.
Now, again, they had Miles Turner. They have to figure out their center rotation. Where did you have the Pacers?
I had him at 36.5.
36.5. The Pacers next season over/under is 38.5. Andrew, you missed it by 2. I got it exact 38.5. And I will say right now, I'm going to be higher on the Pacers. Is it recency bias? Because I'm just terrified of their team.
Wait, why?
When I just look at a team like Boston, like why is Boston 4 wins better than them?
Yeah.
I think you could argue Siakam is better than Jaylen Brown. I think their coach is better.
Yeah.
And I just think that they have a system in place that I trust that they're going to be able to figure it out. And they have 2 guards in Nembhard and TJ McConnell, who I think they're going to be able to like build some offense around those guys leading it.
Yeah, maybe so.
I just trust them more than Boston.
Yeah, maybe so.
All right, last one, Andrew. Let's see if you can nail this. Milwaukee, over under 49.5 last season. They won 48 games. Where'd you put the Bucks? You got to nail it, Andrew. Got to nail it.
45.5.
45.5. The Bucks over under next season is 43.5. Andrew, you're off by 2 again.
Golly, 43.5.
A final total of 12-9. But Andrew did get 5 exact, whereas I only got 2 exact. And so if you gave Andrew points for those exact ones,
the
final score would be 14-14.
There you go.
How about that?
I'll take that. Man, the Bucks, if the Bucks only won like 42 games or something, like
that'd be brutal.
With no real path forward. Like what do they like they're gonna have to trade Giannis. If that's
I know. Another team where you start looking at who else is on this roster.
Yeah.
And you get past a certain point, and you're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know. I don't know how they plan to move forward because it's terrifying. Like that, I would be terrified as a Bucks fan because I just don't know. Like there's no young guy that you're like, oh well, with the improvement of blank, like who is it?
Yeah, I know. They didn't have a pick again, so they just have like one rookie on a 2-way. That's it.
I mean, they're relying on Cole Anthony, who was part of the worst guard rotation in the NBA last year. Like that was a big pickup for them.
God, they had such an opportunity last season when they took AJ Johnson and Tyler Smith, 2 guys who everyone at the time said were far away. They were projects.
Yeah.
You just look at some of the names they could have taken, like Terrence Shannon Jr. would have been great.
Yeah.
Keyshawn George, that would have been surprising that he would have been good so fast.
Yeah.
He was also considered a project, but I feel like Terrence Shannon Jr. was kind of like an obvious pick.
Yeah.
And then Kyle Filipowski.
Just take Flip, man.
Another guy who I felt like was pretty ready.
Yeah. Yeah. Just take Flip.
And that's before you even get to like AJ Mitchell.
Jalen Wells.
Would have been a great pick.
Went there.
Yeah, Jalen Wells. Oh my gosh. Like if they had nailed those 2 picks and they were names.
Yeah.
It would feel so different right now.
Yeah. Well, that's just the story of the Bucks. Is like they have not. When was the last time they nailed a draft pick?
It's so much further back than you want to believe.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at it right now. DiVincenzo in 18 is probably the last time.
Yeah, it was 8 years ago.
Yeah, and a lot of it is like they're picking only in the second round because they've traded their picks, but like they're on the pretty gross run. Like Andre Jackson might be like the closest thing to a hit.
But Andrew, if you can go back before that, I mean, Rashad Vaughn, Thon McCurr, like They got Malcolm Brogdon and Giannis. Those are like the two good picks, along with DiVincenzo, since 2013. So 12 years, they have like 3 good picks.
Yeah, it's really bad. Former Thunder guy, DJ Wilson, who I remember seeing DJ in Vegas.
Oh yeah,
Thunder. And
he was a beast in the G League for a while.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, this is brutal. This is just sad. Like John Henson in the in the lottery. Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, I really don't know what the path forward is there for Milwaukee. And I know that he doesn't want to leave, and I know they don't want to trade him. And so it puts everybody in a really weird spot. I just hope he stays in the Eastern Conference if they do trade him, because, man, it would really suck to have this West and then have Giannis traded out here. You know, like, I don't know. I know the Knicks are rumored to be a team that wants him, but boy, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen here. Okay. We're going to end it there at an hour 20 here on August 6th, 2025.
Shout out to us.
Shout out to us. Thank you guys for listening. Hope everybody is doing great. Be sure to go test drive a Kia over at Bob Moore Kia today. Would appreciate that. Hope you guys have a good rest of your Wednesday, and we'll talk to you guys again on Friday.
Hunt to dunk, hunt to dunk.